exercises, I'll be taking a break to maybe discuss a few things about your breast health. But before we get there, just as I said at the beginning, as you exercise the chest, the big muscles below the breasts, they become firm and thicker, of course. Of course, they'll not be as thick as that Olympic weightlifter, but they'll be thick enough to make a difference. And there are many benefits to this. First of all, because they are becoming thick and firm, they'll lift up your breasts in general. And as a result, you'll find that your upper body shape or appearance will generally improve. And as this improves, the breasts will be a bit more firm and will look lifted up a bit. Of course, generally we age, and we are just trying to prevent you being that person who looks like your breast is pepper thin or maybe like a plate. So you can slow down this process, and you can also prevent it if you start early enough. So whatever age you are, I encourage you to start, especially if you are in your 30s, 40s, you are having children. This is a good time for you to start, because maybe by the time you get to 70, honestly speaking, it might be a bit very challenging to build or to uplift your breasts. So this is something you can do. And if you're still watching this video, please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So let's get on to the next exercise. It's time for another break again. Another thing that may not be very obvious, the breasts, normally they have that tissue, the breast tissue that is characteristic during the years of or the reproductive years before menopause, and then the breast begins to change. And as you grow older, most of the original breast tissue is replaced by fat. And having a lot of fat is not a very good thing for the breast, because remember, the breasts are very sensitive. And okay, let me take that again. Please remember that breast cancer is a real thing, and sometimes the more fat you have, the more you are predisposed to some of these things, or the higher the chances that you will have some of these cancers. So I'll encourage you to really weight lift, and as your fat reduces in your body, the fat in your breast also reduces. So meaning those fat cells that secrete those hormones will be reduced. So it's a good thing, I believe, for you to actually be doing this weightlifting. Apart from the breast, the fat coming down in the breast, you'll find that as you weight lift, your skin elasticity, or the skin of your breasts, will also improve. Of course, this is not something so obvious to a non-observant eye. Maybe the doctor will, and you can know it. And there's also the tissue that connects the different parts of the breast. The breast is not just one continuous mass. That tissue is also strengthened. So there are many benefits of actually doing weightlifting. I know most of us have thought of weightlifting, or especially the chest workout, pumping iron, as a man's activity in the gym. I also don't think there's any man I see in the gym who lives without pumping iron. I think for us, we may not pump those huge sums or those huge volumes of weight, but I'm sure the little you can do is something that will help you. So back to the exercise. Okay. So by the time you are watching this video, I may just have turned 56, or just about to turn 56, because I'm making this video just a few days before my 56th birthday. So I want to take you back to an encounter I had. I actually religiously have my breast checkups every year since I turned 50. Before that, I was having them. So, young lady or old lady, if you have reached 40 years and you've not had a breast checkup, please have a breast checkup. I know this is available in most of the countries. So one of the things they'll do is to either give you a mammogram, and if necessary, they will send you for this other scan. What do they call it? There's another scan. If there's something wrong or they suspect, they'll send you for another scan that confirms what the mammogram was showing. So I encourage you to have your breast checkup. So when I'm 54, I walk into the doctor's office and I'm told my doctor is no longer there. So now I have a new doctor. Will you see her? I say, yes, why not? So my file is given to the new doctor. She has a look. And then when I walk into her office after some minutes, when I'm told by the secretary to walk in, I walk in and she looks at me. She says, are you Nancy? I say, yes, I am. Okay, how old are you? Tell her I'm 54, because at that time I was 54. Says, are these your images? She actually goes back to the computer, because now they're able to see your results on the computer, to confirm that the reference number is actually for this Nancy and not another Nancy, because Nancy is quite a common name. So she looks at me, so I ask her, why are you asking me? She says, the images I'm seeing here are for a woman in her 40s. And your file says you're in your 50s. I tell her, yes, I'm 54. So we have a discussion, and then eventually I tell her, actually, I go to the gym and all this and that. So what I'm trying to say is that that was just about 2 years of weightlifting. And when I go for my annual breast checkup, I meet a new doctor, and she's like, the images or the breasts she's seeing are for a 40-year-old, yet my age in the computer is saying I'm 54 years. So I believe it's not too late. And remember, I just started doing this when I was 50. I wasn't doing it before. So young lady, old lady, let's get there. And maybe in future, I will have a full comprehensive video on breast health. So that is it for now. Let me get back to my exercise.